Okay, sorry. That was just sorry now. Sorry.
Say, Adi, you take time. You take time.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
I said, I can take time to
explain. Okay.
But let me be very clear from the beginning of this conversation. People should react to public situations based on their experience, their intellect, and the information that they have gathered. They should not be
Indeed, you don't end an argument with more and more arguments on top of it. You can end an argument with cooperation. When you agree to disagree, you are likely to find even more areas of agreement. That gives you a solid basis for cooperation. No two people have ever shared the exact same perspectives and opinions. Yet countless people have been able to work together, sometimes in massive numbers, to create good and useful results. If you routinely dole out punishment to those who disagree with you, the person you end up being punished the most is you. Do yourself and everyone else a favor by seeking to find and maintain common ground. Cooperation is not always possible, yet it's always helpful to set it as an initial expectation and to work sincerely towards it. The more people you are able to cooperate with, the richer your life will be. You don't have to abandon your values or options or opinions, but rather you always have to prove yourself right and prove that you are always right. Sincerely seeking cooperation, and most of the time you will be able to achieve it. My name is Trokon Wrepue. Good afternoon. Welcome to the conversation on OKFM 99.5, a loaded platform today. 5:15 p.m. we will have with us
you build your world on lies and delusion.
The Unity Party Youth Congress chairperson Marvin Sifa.
No hope for those who
He also comes from the NTA as one of the deputies.
know that the truth was sure.
He will join us here. We will talk about the NTA. We also look down on yesterday's protest, or look into yesterday's protest. So last Friday, I had with me on the line Patrick Sowa. He shared his perspective on what the protest was supposed to be. Call for calm, like other Liberians did. Patrick will join us again at 4:30 today. 4 o'clock. You know, this entire issue with the transport ministry, we've opted to hear from the grief workers. The representative will join us here so that we ask them the tough question: why are they opposing to the entire transfer of driver lessening and everything related to that? Between now and 4 o'clock, plenty of things are happening in the country. The president of Liberia has taken some decisions again. Yesterday was July 17th protest. Yeah, we will talk about some of the issues that matter to Liberia. But let's go this way and hear what's making news in other parts of Africa. A Libyan man suspected of committing war crimes and crimes against humanity has been arrested in Germany on a warrant issued by the International Criminal Court. Khalid Mohammed Ali El Hashiri, commonly known as Al-Batu, is alleged to have been one of the most senior officials at the Mitigal prison complex in the capital Tripoli, where thousands of people were detained. He's suspected of having committed, ordered, or overseen crimes including murder, torture, and rape. A sudden, swiftly reversed ban on wig, hair extensions, and skin lightening products at an Akonde theater in Senegal's capital, Dakar, has ignited a widespread public backlash, laying bare deep tensions around identity, gender, politics, and cultural nationalism in the West African nation. The internal memo was stamped by the National Cultural Ministry and issued on Monday by Sergei Forgoy, director of the Grand Theatre de Dakar. He said the move was to promote Pan-African values and protect the institution's cultural heritage. This has been trending. Burkina Faso's military rulers have disbanded the country's electoral commission, calling it a waste of money. The Interior Ministry said it will handle elections in the future. Thus, calling to state-run RTV TV. Since he's empowered in September 2022, the coup leaders have initiated sweeping reforms, including the postponement of elections, which will lead to the return to civilian rule. A nationwide vote was due last year, but the junta extended the period of transition to democracy until July 2029, allowing leader Captain Ibrahim Traoré to remain in power and free to contest the elections, the next presidential round. Go for a break. We'll be right back right after this break. A lot to talk about. We'll talk about them, and then we'll allow you have a say before our guests' segments begin.
War crime court this among economic criminals. Bring them to justice now.
Justice must rise. Truth must speak. Liberia must heal. Let the War Crime and Anti-Corruption Courts light the way. The Office for the Establishment of War and Economic Crimes Court for Liberia, who work in collaboration with transitional justice actors and under the auspices of the government of Liberia, announces the official launch of the National Outreach Campaign throughout the Republic of Liberia and the diaspora. It's all happening on Saturday, July 19, 2025, at the headquarters of the Office for the Establishment of War and Economic Crimes Court for Liberia at Maba Point. The time is 11 o'clock in the morning. Join the campaign. Speak out. Together, we can build a Liberia where justice works for everyone.
Yamaha CFL Mobility. Yamaha, iron ride Yamaha, I can move in the mall on top of the sky. Yamaha, iron ride Yamaha, I can move in the water on the quota. Yamaha, iron ride Yamaha, I can move in the mall on top of the sky. Yamaha, iron ride Yamaha, I can move in the water on the quota. Yamaha J, the king of the road and the giant for all of the quota. Once in all can fly on the ocean, it can take you from Ghana with motion. CFL Mobility, I can sell original quality. The people in Sale will celebrate Yamaha breath, dropping the prices on Yamaha breath. Making the service a fully with spare by the true bananas and strap up the people that selling the commercial Yamaha motorbike. Selling a fishing boat engine, July 1st by the Yamaha birthday. Today that Yamaha birthday, we offering services, discount prices at our office. While we talking it and we doing it bigger. Today that Yamaha birthday, Judah first para Yamaha birthday. Today that Yamaha birthday, Judah first para Yamaha birthday. Today that Yamaha birthday, Judah first para Yamaha birthday. Today that Yamaha birthday. Whoa, my people. This July 1st, Yamaha Motor is celebrating 70 powerful years. In Liberia, you are invited. Come say on time, just before Lockington Cinema, for a one-of-a-kind celebration. Yamaha is more than just motorcycle. We are powering land and water. Check out our strong, fuel-efficient Yamaha motorbike built for Liberia's road, reliable for your hustle, and now available at special discount prices. Trust my level, Yamaha Lana play. And for our river communities and business people, Yamaha world-class boat engine are ready for you too. Yamaha get boat engines that are very powerful, trusted worldwide, and they are now available in Liberia. Do you need servicing or you need spare parts? Forget about it. Yamaha get your solution on July 1st. Just check out our Seyon office before Lockington Cinema. You will see Yamaha bidding. You check there on the 1st of July. From the morning to the afternoon or the evening, you will see the people doing services at our special anniversary discount prices. Yamaha Motors on the road and on the river, we move forward. Quietly.
Things are on me, with the emergency. How do I manage again?
But Tanu, why are you sitting here just talking by yourself?
Julie, I need money quick. I want to find somebody to credit me. That I will pay them as soon as I get paid with the money in.
EcoBank can credit you, but the only thing you have to pay in 1 month, and the good thing, the interest are just 3%.
For you?
Yeah, just go to any EcoBank branch and you ask for the form to enroll you on their salary advance platform. When they give you the form, you fill it up and you make sure your HR sign it. Then you take that form back to the bank. After you carry it to the bank, they will send you a message to let you know that you're already on the platform. Then you can use the *326# and request for 50% of your salary. Instantly, you will receive it.
Wow, just like that? Pray any tomorrow morning, Judy. I'm going to the bank to pick up the phone quick.
Yo, go get the form quick. In less than 1 week, you receive the money. And what I like about it, and they can even ask you for collateral set.
I go with there right now, no wasting time, oh.
I'm not saying you must not go there right now. You must make sure you pay the bank money back. Oh.
Hey, Judy, that you talking so, I will pay back quick so I can credit again. EcoBank na easy, oh. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Thank you. Welcome back to the conversation. We're here until 6 o'clock on today. So there are a few things we got to talk about in a couple of minutes before we take your calls. So the son of Musa Belity, he's called Peach Belity. Peach was in court of recent, and that was for drug crimes and illegal possession of firearms. Following all of the legal proceedings, he was found guilty, and today was the sentencing hearing. He's been sentenced for 4 years in prison, so he will go to jail for 4 years for drug trading, and of course he's already found guilty, so for drug trading, and of course for illegal possession of firearms. He's a son of Nimba County Representative Musa Belity. So Peach will go to jail, but our judicial reporters are telling us that the minimum sentence for drug crime is 10 years. The maximum is 20, and we are here concerned why 4 but that is within the judge's wisdom. We're told he admitted to the crown and he pleaded for mercy. So after all of the legal things that happened, and they will have to do his background check, the correction people will have to do that. So the judge, in his wisdom, Judge Joe Bacon, decided to sentence him for 4 years. So pitchability will go to jail for 4 years. So President Joseph Boakai took a decision on today from that port autonomy bill. You know, there's been this thing about the port autonomy bill that's been back and forth here. The Liberian Senate will pass that bill. It was sent to the House of Representatives. The House of Representatives concurred, sent to the president, but at that moment of the concurrence, there are few lawmakers, including Mr. Ability, including the lawmaker from District 14, Mansurata County. I know I had representing the Sonnyboy Noah and the rest of the people. They agreed and disagreed with their colleagues that due diligence was not done. That the bill was already passed without some of them even seeing what is contained in there. So it went to the president, and the president vetoed certain provisions. The president did not veto the bill in its entirety. He vetoed that bill, certain provisions within that bill, because he said those provisions were not clear. Those lines, in his wisdom, were not clear, and he needed those clarity. So it was vetoed and sent back to the legislature. Let's see what happens, whether the clarity will be made by the Senate, and then the legislature will add upon that, and then they send back to the president. But I'm seeing a lot of posts on social media and people making it appear that that bill was rejected or vetoed by the president in its entirety. No, there's certain lines, there's certain provisions within that bill that was vetoed by the president of Liberia, Joseph Yuma Boakai. Let's see how it plays out. It'll go back to the legislature, and then let's see what's going to happen, because the legislature itself has some power, especially when these veto things are done at the executive. But let's see what happens. So that bill intended to provide autonomy to the ports of Buchanan, Greenville, and Harper. In the wisdom of the crafter and people who defended that bill, they said with the autonomy giving those ports, they will be able to stand on their own, they will be able to act on their own, they will be able to develop, they will be able to find partnership outside of Liberia, instead of just sitting and being under the free port of Monrovia. And even whatever they want to do, they have to come to town and get approval and all that. So people said it was delaying the progress of these ports. So, the thought it was to do the bill, to give autonomy to the ports. The House, the Senate will pass that, send to the president, and the president said, no, hold on. I've seen this, but there are certain lines that I'm not understanding here, and I need clarity, I need understanding. So the president vetoed those lines, meaning it is not yet law until otherwise ordered. We move on. Yesterday, the enough is enough protest took place. The lead campaigner was Mr. Mobake Molu, the former chairman of the CDC, the Congress for Democratic Change, by extension then the Coalition for Democratic Change, and of course he is now the head of a civil society group called an Ace of Stand. So they marched on Monrovia yesterday and petition. They read that petition. They did not give it to anybody. My understanding is that they said they wanted to hand delivered or gave that petition to the president of Liberia. You know, sometimes some things happen and people just laugh. I remember June 7, 2018, 2019, the Save the State protest. There were requests made for President Weah to receive that petition, and there was all back and forth. The president cannot come. I remember the vice president went there. I remember the justice minister went. There was no better, and it was like that. So I saw a similar scenario than yesterday when Molu, Gray, and the rest of the guys said they wanted to give their petition to the president. Mr. Boakai was at the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex hosting an investment conference, launching the 2025 AR Challenge, and the protesters were waiting to see if he would come. I know Representative Prince Torres of District 8 Mansourata County. I know Senator Momo Saros. I know Gisi Collins of that lawmaker from Lofa. They were all there. Unfortunately for them, that petition was then presented. So, not to leave the media undone, what they did was they read a petition and then the media took it. Did they present it? No, we cannot tell. That petition was not presented. But there were counts raised and they gave the president or the government a 14-day ultimatum to be able to work on those counts. Among them, they talk about the dismissal of key government officials, including Police RG, Gregory Coleman, EPS Director Sam Gay, Patrick Horner of the LTA, and several other counts. So they said President Boakai and his regime has 14 consecutive days to act, or else there will be a call for nationwide protest. And there was a whole big debate on Facebook about the size of the crowd, who came out and who didn't come. And out of the comments we were reading, it depends on who was writing. People from the ruling party normally would not write in favor of such, and people from the opposition were writing in favor. And what caught my attention was the presentation of their petition that did not happen. I know in Western democracies, besides Western democracies, places around the world, people will protest. Sometimes it is not the size or the number of protesters that will come out, but the message that goes out. During the civil rights movement, when Martin Luther King and the rest of the people were protesting, it was not the entire American population, but the change they sought for, they got some. Yeah, the American now, America now, whether you like it or not, whatever you want to say about them, the changes been made since those days of protest and challenging the status quo. So my thing was looking up to hear what the messages were going to be, what the counts were going to be, and who will receive the petition. Not necessarily about crowd. You can be 30, 100 persons. You can present a petition. What is contained in that petition is what matters, and not the number of people who will come out. But as it was, the police were calm. Though some people said they were intimidating tactics to scare away protesters who were making their way to town. I didn't observe that. I will not speak to it. The protesters were largely calm and well behaved as well. I know our reporters share scenarios. At a certain point in time, they attempted stoning or the stone. They threw stone when Senator Momo Saros was about to come. But again, I don't think it reached the level where the police would have to react. I know the LMP posted that 2 persons got injured. A police officer in a Capitol building security on grounds of how the protesters, according to the police, were throwing stones. But Did the LMB fire tear gas? No, we didn't hear about that. Were there rubber bullets fired? No. Tear gas canisters? No. We didn't hear about that. It was largely peaceful, and that is the kind of democracy that some of us would encourage. Where our people can come out, they protest, they petition the government, or they say what they want to say, they do what they want to do, guarded by strict security protocols and measures, and not having casualties and people wounded in mass, and people having, tear gas canisters fired all over the place. Yeah, sometimes it happens based on how the police or the state security forces and the protesters will interact. But I think largely, though there were small problems, but largely it was okay on yesterday, and it is a right guaranteed on our constitution. When you're summoning, it should be peaceful. Come out, present your petition to whoever you want to present it to. But I think it was a missed opportunity for them. I thought they would have presented their petition, and I had the same problem with the June 7 safety stick campaigners. They had a justice minister who came. They said no. I think the vice president was there. They said no. They wanted to see Mr. George Weah himself, the president then, and they could not present that petition. The same thing with yesterday's protest. So I feel and think that the intent is not met, because what you intend to do is to give that particular document to the government so that you expect them to act upon it. So if there were a committee from, or there was a committee from the legislature, both the House of Representatives and the Senate, comprising of different lawmakers, yes, present your petition and look forward to what the implementation will be. Remember, those people are our representatives. They are our direct contact people. They are from the districts we elected them. They are from the counties. They represent us. So I thought it was a missed opportunity. They should have presented their petition to the legislature. But again, their goal was to see the president. Was that possible to see Mr. Boakai go and face protesters and say he's going to take a petition from them? I thought it was not going to happen, owing to what we've seen from the past. Yeah, so that was it. But lastly, the protest, I can say, was peaceful. They exhibited some good conduct. I know at a certain point in time, there were two drivers that said their car windshields were smashed around the Lone Star office in Congo Town, where the CDC headquarters is also located. Those who allegedly smashed the windshield remain unknown. The whereabouts remain unknown, so we cannot tie them to any group, except there is a detailed investigation or some footages that show that these people are from this group. But now we cannot tie them to any group. And it was what it was yesterday. Quickly before we take a few calls, I know on yesterday the Minister of Information announced the different protocols and the different programs that will be held in observance of the Independence Day celebration today. The guys were at the mosques, the president and the officials of the government were at the mosques there and fish market, and the Islamic prayer, as usual, was held for the state. On Sunday, I understand they will be at is it the Sacred Heart Cathedral on Broad Street? Yes, they will be at one of the churches on Broad Street, and the Christian intercessory prayer will also be held by the country, the Christian community. The president will travel to Lofa County to make some delegation there. They will go to Mapan Point to delegate some projects of the EPA, a laboratory, and laboratory and the EPA headquarters, and so on. So it is a whole big thing, and for us. We thought it was good, but let me see if I can talk to because I know President former President George Weah is where is he? He's in Nigeria, where he's going to sign the book of condolence for the late Nigerian former president Muhammadu Buhari, who died in a London clinic recently. So I was thinking if we could talk to somebody from there to give us an understanding of what it was like. So before we take few calls, let's try to reach out. If not, we cannot get the person we want to speak with. We'll take your calls, and then 4 o'clock I will endeavor to speak with some folks from the Ministry of Transport. They have been protesting, and they've made claims. They will sit here to speak with us. Let's talk to a few Liberians. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm fine, let's hear you.
Okay, thank you very much for your show. I think it's good. But on social media, I hear people saying the protest wasn't successful. Sometimes it amazes me. Apparently, if I hear that, then it makes me to think different as to whether some people went to school rightly or something. When they say protest, the people have an objective, right? Mm-hmm. To present the petition to the president. The president, he didn't use wisdom. Even if you can't come or you had another occasion, send somebody. That's what I put work on you. You send the person received the petition. Since it did not happen in the forwarded this smartly, they read the petition. It even happened in Tanzania last year. The similar thing, the people did not present the petition, but they read it in media for all around, they carry it. So when they carry it, we or one president will listen and take action as it relates to the people plus. Okay. So when they present the petition to the president, that does not mean the protest say that people running around with, they haven't started class before.
Thank you. We now go over to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. On the line with us is the aide to former President George Weah, Sekou Kalasco Damaro. Kalasco, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Trokon. How are you? It's good to be on your platform.
I'm fine. Are you in Lagos? You're in Abuja? Where are you?
Currently in Abuja, Trokon.
Great. We understand President Weah had traveled to that country to sign the book of condolence of the late Muhammadu Buhari, former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Give us detail on that, sir.
Most definitely, Trokon. President Weah is currently here, and like you say rightly, he's here to sign the book of condolence for his former colleagues and the former president of Nigeria, Buhari, who died recently. And he did that yesterday. Okay. And he expressed, his a deep sense of sadness over the passing of somebody he referred to as not only the president of Nigeria, but his big brother, somebody who guided him, somebody who aided him, and somebody that have played a significant role in bringing leaders together from Africa, specifically in championing the One Africa Accord. As you can recall, Buhari was the chairperson of the who played a role in making sure that Africa speak in one accord. So his passing, like President Weah said during the signing of the Book of Condolence, something that is a great loss to Africa, and it was only appropriate that he come here physically to express that concern to Nigeria. He also expressed not only coming here, but also continuously, appreciating Nigeria for playing a role in bringing Liberia to where it is today. From the 90s up to current, the role Nigeria continue to play in Liberia. Okay. He expressed those. So, yes, President Weah is here and playing that role significantly.
Was he able to meet with the families of the late former Nigerian president? Has he seen any of them? Have you guys been able to meet with them?
Okay, yes, that was also arranged, but the tours that the family are currently in
the hometown of the former president.
Yeah,
where he was
Kaduna.
buried. Yeah,
Kaduna.
Kaduna.
Somewhere in Kaduna, and they really hope he spoke to some of the family members, the daughters, and some of the children. And they were also appreciative of the fact that, yes, he has come to sign a book of condolence of their father, not only the president, but their father. And they deeply, deeply appreciate his concern to them.
Okay. Thank you. It was good picking our course, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Trokon.
So, Sekou Kalasco there is the aide to former President George Weah. Let's talk to this person. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon, Trokon.
Yes, sir. Let's hear you. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, thank you very much for the show. The caller that was on the line before you could speak to Kalasco, I'd like to address the issue. He used a language on the show that you did not call into order. I think it was not necessary.
What was it?
The guy said the president did not use wisdom. It was an insult to the presidency. If you do not like JMB, as JMB, you should like him or respect him because he occupies the presidency.
Okay.
So I think it was a slip for you if you are calling the order.
Okay, thank you.
Let us go to the issue of the petition.
Okay.
The core of aim of people protesting is for them to present a petition. Because if you read the article in the Constitution, it says they should petition legislature or other government functionaries. Members of the legislature were there, but they did not present the petition. So for me, I agree with those who said the protest did not meet its objective. It was a failed protest.
Okay. Thank you. Hello?
Yes.
Good afternoon, Togo.
Good afternoon, sir. Let's hear you, boss man.
Yeah, this is the voice of Tabu Rasta. I'm phoning you from Point 4 in Zimbabwe.
Go ahead.
You know, yesterday, President, let me thank our protesters on yesterday. You know, brother, it's good to get good father. That's why God said you should train for a child in a way that when the child grows, so he and she will never depart. Let me say kudos to President Weah, who brought peace to our democracy. Look, brother, yesterday, while the protesters did yesterday, must say, can you imagine, brother, our people were very peaceful. Look, brother, we don't need rocket scientists to tell us the president that we will not be a cool president. Look, why were our president, let me ask you people in studio there, why were our president still doing another thing? The president told us that he will not do business as usual. So because Eddie didn't give a petition, so we didn't give a petition, you not give a petition, do? Answer the question because
how answer? Let's talk to this caller from overseas. You asking the president question? Is that answer a spokesperson? Hello.
Hello, is it OK FM?
Yes, OK FM. You're welcome to the conversation. Let's hear you, please.
Thank you. My name is Sidiki Musa Musubra Dore.
Okay.
I'm joining you from Central Liberia.
Okay, go ahead. I thought you were calling from overseas. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you very much. My brother, you see, we saw the protests yesterday.
Are you there?
17 protests was the least. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, you should have called directly now instead of. But just go ahead so we take others.
Yesterday was the least protest ever in the history of CDC. You see?
It wasn't CDC that protested. It wasn't CDC that called for that protest.
Excuse me, my brother. Can Mulba Mulu tell the Liberian people as a civil society advocate what have been some of the advocacies in terms passing the interests of the minority in Liberia? Because when we talk about civil society, you must have a base and you must have a template, you must have a thematic era that have been performing your agenda through the Liberian people or what you are impact on the Liberian people. Mulu was just yesterday a political party chairman. Today he will be a lead civil society advocate. So you want all to believe that? The project was organized by CDC, but it just took another nomenclature because when they say CDC, people will say, oh, Joseph government it didn't start there. CDC have started protesting. But those of the sponsors of those, the protest yesterday, as well as CDC official sponsor the protest. How many civil society organization you saw them signing on a particular petition, if even the petition was exposed? So this particular protest, it was not only for Liberia, but it was meant to target Joseph Human Kwaka. You get all the people that you can't go protest. When you go to protest, you get the petition to the lawmaker that you think they represent you at the level of the parliament, but only the president will receive it.
Thank you.
So those guys who will, let me conclude conclusively. Those guys who were the lead protesters yesterday, the Mobile Mulu, the Jefferson Koji, one of the sponsors, the Akagre. These are guys who just from government yesterday, the crowd today to the Liberian people that job business is hard. When they were working, what were they doing with that money?
Great, thank you for that. Let's take this person. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, let's hear you.
Okay, this is your mobile. I'm calling from Yukutan. They said to the legislature that the president's protocol for the executive master to go as that is full of it. You are carried to the executive master. When you get to the legislature, they say you want the president to receive it. But who was not even around there yesterday. All of you guys, the protests have failed massively. Thank you very much.
Thank you so kindly. Hello?
Yes, hello?
Yeah, let's hear you.
My cousin is George calling from Border South.
Go ahead, Augustine.
Those I went to protest yesterday, I will commend them for having a peaceful protest. For every protest, those that host the protest will say they achieve. So, thank God everything was smooth. That's what some people.
Okay. Thank you. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah?
Yeah, Trokon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, bossman.
Yeah, my name is Tipe S. Mator, and I join you from my home in Johnsonville.
Okay, Peter.
Look, Trokon, my issue have to do with this quote-unquote protest. I think those people who say Liberians are suffering, one is the former chairman of CDC. Look, let me say this. Mr. Mola Molu is not suffering. Mr. Mola Molu wants to rile on the Liberian people, the sympathy of the Liberian people to gain relevance. And will not give this guy relevance because if you say Liberians are suffering, the first question I would like to ask Mr. Mola Molu is that how many Liberians he employed currently as a private employment? You see? So if you say Liberians suffering, I think it's just mockery to the masses who are struggling to earn living. Then you come all to say Liberians are suffering. Yes, Liberians are suffering, but it's not him, the messenger, the right messenger to preach that message.
Okay.
Let the masses prove. Let the masses fill out that grievances.
Thank you. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, after you take the last two, let's hear you.
Yeah, the name is George now, and I join your conversation from my District 2 resident to be preserved Peace Island community.
Okay.
Yeah, let me say thank you for the fascinating topic on discussion, Chilos. You getting me?
Go ahead, I'm Trokon.
Okay, Trokon, thank you. You getting me right?
Go ahead, Chief.
Okay, thank you, Trokon. You know, you just said it all, and I just listen to people opposing to your statement, other people conversation. The issue is that your so eager is that your message should go across, right? You organize a protest. The Liberian people, these are business schedule. The government was too focused on you. You call public attention to your debate. We all gave you the attention. Present a petition to all. You refuse to give a petition to all. When's the essence you call public outcry to listen to you? Now, this is the issue. The so idea of organizing a protest is not about the multitude of people. It's about how well you organize yourself so that you can petition your people to do what is called for to society. Am I getting you getting me right there?
Postman, you have to conclude now so others can call.
Okay, to conclude, the protester intent was not met. 1, 2, they just do it to disturb public movement. And also the next time they should organize in a very refined manner so that their interests can be met. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello. Yeah, let's hear you.
This is a best thing cook, and I join you from the state of Addison. Children, respect to the people yesterday. I think that the money, that's the credibility. So, put people on the street in the name of desire something enough is enough. So, remind you now, these are people that government is on a list of government where these guys should be going for prosecution for looting state cover. These are the same people who have turned themselves into a wine in another bottle. And you think Liberia's list when they kept cool to believe them? Look at it yesterday. Look at the protest yesterday. I call that as a coup d'etat. I call that as a coup d'etat. They have no substantial evidence, no substantial reason to come on the street because things are improving immensely. Look at the price of rice. Look at the free flow of the movement in the cities. Look at some level of accountability in the transparency and the level of the government agency. Look at President Boyka establishing the War and Economic Court. Look at President Boyka extending his ministers then for prosecution. President, we have never did that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The very last person, then we will join. Unfortunately, this line is tripping. Let's see if we can get one from here. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, let's hear you.
Trokon. This is Jacob Simbo Jackson from Ponga Station number 7 from Representative Kennedy.
All right, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. When I listen to people talking about people who just government and going to go protest, then what they will be telling us about the June 7 protest that and 6 months during Georgia administration. 2, people are saying that the protests were not successful. The message were not sent across. The people carry the petition to present it to the president, and it is their right to present the petition to the president. And the president was not able to make it available for them to present the petition. And people who came out to receive the petition, the people said they were not satisfied with it. And the people read the petition to the public, to all of the media institutions. The message went across the board. So when people come out to say the protests were not successful, I don't know what they are talking about. You understand? There are a lot of things that is going on in this country. So people say they're satisfied with it. They ain't going to go for it.
Okay. Thank you. The very last person, Gordon Weir.
Yeah, Trokon. Good afternoon.
Let's hear you. 1 minute, Chief. We don't have time.
Yeah, thanks so kindly. So, Trokon, if you see what happened, besides yesterday, if you follow what went on, these people decided to protest, and a good number of them are sedition, are former government officials and seditions. The government, they demanded for 3 days. The government gave them 3 days to protest so that the Liberian can listen to them to see whether it would make sense to them. They misused that opportunity, and you saw what happened yesterday. After you allow the government to give you 3 days, you carry the petition. Why you want to tell the government for wasting 3 days? You say you can't give it, you took it and carry it back. So if the government in the future decides to say, look, these people are not serious group of people, so we can't give them permit again to waste our time, then who's going to be blamed? The government will be right for doing that because they wasted the Liberian people's time. What did they present to the government for wasting the Liberian people's time? Taxpayer, some people lost tax yesterday, businesses were closed.
So why do we want to tell Liberian people that they couldn't present yesterday and they have to carry back? So they wasted the government time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so kindly. Let's go for a break. We will be right back here on OKFM on the afternoon conversation.
The more crime caught is the more economic criminals. Bring them to justice now.
Justice must rise. Truth must speak. Liberia must heal. Let the War Crime and Anti-Corruption Courts light the way. The Office for the Establishment of War and Economic Crimes Court for Liberia, who work in collaboration with transitional justice actors and under the auspices of the government of Liberia, announces the official launch of the National Outreach Campaign throughout the Republic of Liberia and the diaspora. It's all happening on Saturday, July 19, 2025, at the headquarters of the Office for the Establishment of War and Economic Crimes Court for Liberia at Maba Point. The time is 11 o'clock in the morning. Join the campaign. Speak out. Together, we can build a Liberia where justice works for everyone.
Your favorite RLJ Kendeja Resort and Villas is new and improved with top-notch first-class services guaranteed to make you feel pampered and special as our royal guests. Ideally located on the RI Highway, a few minutes drive from the Rehab Junction, right in front of the Atlantic Ocean, you are assured of a peaceful, serene atmosphere of a home away from home. The ingredients for our Liberian meals are freshly picked from our garden to give you that unforgettable taste of Liberian cuisine. Our villas are designed and equipped to ensure every night spent with us is a memorable one. We are well positioned to host conferences and seminars of all sizes, as well as outdoor events like garden weddings and parties. Book your upcoming events and leave the rest for us to handle with 100% satisfaction guarantee. You can reach us on 0770-533-415 or email us at reservations@kendejaresort.com.lr. Visit our website on www.rljkendejaresort.com.lr. RLJ Kendeja Resort and Villas, for memories worth repeating.
Okay, thank you very much. Welcome back to The Conversation, right here on OKFM 99.5. Last Friday, we had on the line from the U.S. A Liberian. He's based in the United States, Patrick Soa, and we had a conversation. That was the pre-protest conversation, I want to say so, because the guys were mobilizing and about to stage the protest. And like every other Liberians, Patrick was concerned about the conduct of protesters and the conduct of the security forces, because after all, the peace of the nation matters. Every Liberian expressed the same solidarity and expressed the same concern. Yesterday, the protest was held, and today we'll be listening to post-protest analysis. And Patrick has joined us. It's a pleasure, Patrick. I know it's still early in the U.S. Thanks for accepting our calls and invite.
Yeah, thank you, Trokon. Yes, it's just 11 minutes after 11 a.m. in the morning.
That's great. How have you been?
I've been doing pretty good. Here, we busy people go to work in the morning, come from work, in your place, doing some stuff. So, yeah, busy, but I thank God that I'm out of trouble. I am in my little corner, just making life easier for myself. How about you, my man? How you doing?
Like brother man say, we can't complain.
I know. Keep hanging in there, bro.
Yeah. So, on a serious note, Patrick, I had to you, and of course, on Friday we had conversations surrounding what was coming up on Thursday, which is yesterday, about a protest led by Mr. Moba Cape Model from the standpoint and endorsed by executives of the CDC and then other civil society groupings. And one of what you talk about was the conduct of protesters and the security forces. What is your general overview of what happened here in Liberia yesterday?
Well, I think it was great. It was terrific. It was awesome. The police too did a pretty good job. Let's always say good things when they are good. The protesters, the leadership, I want to say thank you to everyone who turned out yesterday. I also want to say thank you to Mr. Moluba Molu and the team for standing up against challenges. Trokon. The protest was great. It was okay. It was awesome. I mean, there's a point in time, I don't know whether my vision was correct, but I saw a water truck distributing water. Is that correct to protesters? I think I saw something like that. But if it is not, if it's just too many things always on the internet, but I saw something like that. I don't know how true that was, but on the overall program, it was great. But this is one thing I want to say about this. Let us not forget that July 17 is not the end. Neither it is the beginning. We have had too many protests in Liberia. We will continue to have too many protests in Liberia until we as a country start to do things that are right. Until we allow justice to roll down like water in all the 15 counties in Liberia, we will continue to have protests.
Great. Let's dissect the conversation. What has been trending on social media, have been the size of the crowd. That's one. A lot of people are having different conversations on social media about the size of the crowd. Two, the petition was not presented to any particular person. The protesters demanded they wanted to see the president. The president wasn't at the executive mansion. He was at the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex. At some state function, he did not send a representative. Lawmakers from the House of Representatives and the Senate went to receive the petition. The protesters said they weren't the right people to receive the petition. Analysts are saying it was a missed opportunity for the protesters not to have presented, their petition to their lawmakers. First of all, let's start with the crowd. There's been this claim and counter claim, the crowd, the number was small and SYC. What do you think?
I don't think, except that some of our people have not had an opportunity to read about historical typology of protest or revolutionary stuff. But first of all, the protests, it depends where you sit. It depends the glasses, the lenses you are using. The protest was successful. The guy sent a resounding message to the government that guys have stayed around. Don't keep messing with us. When you mess with us, we will bring your knees, your political knees to your better knees. Now, the success of a protest is not measured, especially protests for social justice and academic freedom. Success is never measured by the amount of people that will attend or the amount of people that attended. The success of a protest is measured by the impact it has on raising awareness. The success of a protest is measured by the inspiring other people to join the protest like we saw yesterday. The success of a protest is not measured by the people that will be on Facebook condemning or the people that will not come out. It's being measured by the message, the clear message. Was the message heard yesterday by the president and by government officials? Yes, even though it was not hand delivered, but the message was heard yesterday by the president. Evident by that is in one of his speeches, he mentioned about a portion of the protest yesterday. Was the protest heard by government officials? Yes. Go on one of their platforms, they call case and the case reload or relocate.
Class reload.
Class reload. It was the talk about yesterday. So they heard the message, they got the message. Now let's talk about the delivery method. There are too many channels through which you can deliver a petition to the government.
Let's hear some.
Except in Liberia, we only know hand delivery. I don't have to. I can email my petition to the president. I can pass it through the office of the president. I can go on a presidential website on Facebook. I can put my concern there. I can go through the media. The guys publish their concerns, their demand 3 months even before the protest. They use the media. They use the print media yesterday. They use the electronic media, print media. They spoke. It was read. But the guy said, okay, we have done all these things. We want to hand deliver it to the president. Why? Because before even the protest, 3 months, the guy said that we feel uncomfortable giving our petition to government officials, other people beside the president, because the very government officials, some of them, before the protest, condemning the petition process. It is a fake, it is a fiasco, Molu is a cheat, they will not succeed. That the same people you wanted Molu to go and say, let them come and say, give the petition to us. So Molu and the other guys, were they wrong to have not? They were not wrong. Giving a petition to representatives, it's just one channel through which you can present your petition to the president.
But another argument has been, if all of the counts, some of the counts that were mentioned in that petition bolo on economic livelihood of the citizens of Liberia, and that would not just be tackled by the executive alone, but the legislature and their provisions that gave window for citizens to present their petition to their elected lawmakers. Don't you think that was an opportunity also to give a copy of their petition to the lawmaker and not just waiting for the president alone?
Yeah, that's okay. That's just another, like I said, I name you various channels through which you can present petition to the government, to your lawmakers, to the media, to your recognized government platform, like where people express their grievances. I can email it to the president. You can fax it to the president. You can use the president's office. You can do that. But this is the point. Presenting their petition directly to the president shows that their concerns, their demands heard by the president. Presenting their petition directly to the president, it was going to show that their voices were heard by the president. Okay. Now, they did not give it to the president. Was it wrong? No. Why? In 1965, March 7, 1965, in the United States of America, is referred to as the Blood Sunday. During the Civil Rights Movement, protesters marched from Selma to Montgomery to present their petition to the governor, Governor George Wallace. The governor released 600 troopers on the protesters. The protester insisted the governor refused to come out to receive the petition from the protesters. Protesters said they were not going to. They stood there. They demanded the protesters to the end that the governor got to send his aide to come and receive the petition. In 2019, in the UK, the former Prime Minister Boris Johnson, he refused to come out to accept the petition from the protesters that were advocating for climate change. The protesters, what they did, they came back with a petition. In 2004, in Hong Kong, protesters gathered to demand change. The president, the leader, refused to come out to receive the petition from the protesters. What they did, brother, they came back. In Nigeria, in 2012, at the presidential villa, protesters gathered to protest, to demand their petition about the oil price in Nigeria. The president did not come out. He refused. Protesters came back. In Ghana, in 2020, you heard about the protests in Ghana. The president refused to come out to receive the petition. In 2014, in Burkina Faso. In 2011, in the United States of America, the protester is called the Occupy Wall Street movement. President Biden refused to go and accept the petition from the protesters. They brought it back. It's a normal thing in history. It's a normal thing in revolutionary history. Protesters, if they don't feel comfortable to give their petition to you, it is their right to bring it back, to organize, re-strategize to deliver their petition. It's not wrong.
So in that petition, they gave the president a 14-day, or the government a 14-day ultimatum to dismiss Police RG Gregory Coburn, the EPS director Sam Gay, the brother over there at the LTA Patrick Honda, and there were several counts asking the president to do them, or within 14 days they were going to launch a nationwide protest. Do you think the ultimatum 14 days is sufficient for the president to read the petition, understand it, take advice and take decision? Do you think the 14 days enough?
No, I don't think so, that President Boakai can do all these things within 14 days. However, President Boakai will have come out. President Boakai will have sent somebody to go and meet this guy. Let me tell you, Trokon, President Boakai is no longer president for people that only support him. President Boakai is no longer president for people from Unity Party alone. President Boakai is the president now for both CDC, Unity Party, disenchanted, those that are disenchanted. President Boakai was employed by the people, and some of the people are disenchanted. Walk to them, listen to them, respect them. Those that are not disenchanted, don't worry about them now. Worry about those disenchanted. Come to them. They employ you. You work for them. You are working at their will and pleasure. Mr. President, know this today. It's only in Africa. We think that the guys working for us, we're working for them. So he should have come or sent somebody there close your aid to go. And now, even before the protest, 3 months, designate somebody who will receive the petition from the guys. He refused to do that yesterday. I see it as a charade. I see it as just a terrible thing. He made a mistake. He should have come. So it does not matter where the guys will stand. The guys are disenchanted. Where they will stand, they will go walk to them during the campaign time. They didn't go from towns to town, villages, looking around for people to vote for them. Now they got to vote now. This is the time for you to listen to the people. They're not going to fire all of the guys.
On the other hand, Patrick, a lot of people have said, especially when there's disenchantment, anything is possible. People are concerned about the security of the president. I was here June 7, I saw the same, and several concerns were raised that President Weah would not have gone there because of his security. Do you think it was necessary for the president to go there, or was it just necessary, like you've said, to designate a I mean, somebody to have just gone and received the petition. Do you think that was good?
I mean, just need somebody to go there. If security wise, you don't overload security, especially in politics. You don't. Even me, when I'm coming to Liberia, I don't think because I'm not in government, I don't overload security. So definitely somebody, if he thinks security wise is not okay. President Ellen Johnson said he did it to us 2010-11. We had a protest. She came. She grabbed the petition from us. When you heard about University of Liberia students stopping former President Ellen Johnson, but then President, from using the Palava horse. You remember that story?
Yes.
The political Palava horse. We were the one. We stopped her from grounds that we were under the Palava. Our chairman was speaking, Benedict Williams, and we have, whenever you see soup under the Palava horse, where the chairman is speaking, and many things are going around the chairman, we are in special section. When you are not part of us, you cannot penetrate that section. It was at that time.
Can you, when you are going around the chairman, can you guys be evoking certain spirit or what?
No, we are in special section at that time. Only supers at that time can come in our section. Okay. And at that time, they wanted President Sali to speak to us. And we said, no, the chairman is speaking. We are in a special section right now. We can stop. And they wanted to use the parliament. We said, no. Guess what Madam Sali did? When the PSU guy took the gun, Madam Sali trusted her and said, leave it. And she stood right there. She didn't go nowhere. She was just smiling. And we got through. Nobody had nothing. She left. So, man, in as much as people disenchanted, people know their leaders. So if you were afraid, just send somebody, respect the people. Sending somebody over there yesterday to go there, he ate, or whoever from his office, it will be the best thing. Then to just, in my mind, they respect them and say, you're not going there. And then at the end, in your speech, you start making fun out of them. It's not okay. We can run Liberia like that. The guys are disenchanted, and then you're talking about the Baka cannot lie. What are you supposed to say?
Great. Patrick, what do you say to the joint security forces? I know at certain point in time, on yesterday, our reporters on the field informed us that the protesters threw stone, especially when the senator from Lofa County, Momo Saros, stepped out to go to where they were to receive the petition. He was prevented. There was stone thrown. The police posted 2 persons on Facebook. One person believed to be officer of the LNP, wounded on his head. Another person believed to be a Capitol building security, wounded also. The police said it was as a result of stone throw by the protesters. Yet, despite that allegation, the police did not fire any tear gas canisters. They did not use rubber bullets. What will you say about the conduct of the security forces of the country yesterday?
I think they did a pretty good job. They did a pretty good job. Like I said initially, we far away from Liberia, so for me, I can watch my stuff on YouTube, Facebook sometimes. But what I saw yesterday, I think the police, they did a pretty good job. Whenever they do good things, we're going to say it. I want from the beginning to the end. The police director, I think today, I've always there with him, but today I'm going to say this morning on his show that what's up to him. He did a great job. Keep it up. You are not enemy of the people. The people are now, you are there to protect the people. So yesterday, and Trokon, let me say, people, we have to, whenever you see protests, look, people are disenchanted the way things happening in Liberia. So it's better for us to start working on these things that are leading to the protest. Then, the best way to solve a problem is to cause the things that are causing the problem, Trokon. How can you have a country, no car, few government officials are there, buying cars that cost over $20,000 there, when teachers are not paid, when kids are at a school, when police officers, some of them are not taking pay, when Liberians are going to bed hungry, how can you have a country where resources are supposed to help the poor people when some government officials are stealing resources? How can you have a country, Trokon, where qualified, competent brothers and sisters willing to work, they're ready to work, they can find job only because they are not supporting CDC or Unity Party? Like for you, Trokon, the job you're doing this, I think it's just a sacrificial job. I don't think you're making a lot of money. I can bet you your monthly salary and not more than $1,000 US. It could be $800 or $900 US.
Correct. I will call Manager Clarence Jackson to confirm that what I'm making now or 1,000.
I can bet you your monthly salary not more than $1,000 US. It could be either 800 or 900, which is very small for a man like you with family man to make 800 or 900.
I will respond to that claim later. Go ahead.
So what we think is that we will have people disenchanted. This is why President Boakai said they're not going to do business as usual. If this is true, then I'm asking him this morning, Mr. President, you will never succeed in the fight against corruption in Liberia when you go through our court process. Former President Samuel Kanyado did not succeed. Former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf did not succeed. Chancellor did not succeed. President Weah did not succeed. You will not succeed. You have to lobby with the international community. Set up a fast-track court. The fast-track court is going to look at all cases from 2005 to 2025. All corrupt cases on the docket. Nobody will blame you and say you're going to pick and choose. From 2005 to 2025, all corrupt cases on the docket. Let them go through the fast-track course.
There's some statutes of limitation in our laws that will prevent a government like his going back 10 years to prosecute cases that are there. Except that law is repealed or amended.
Yes, but that's the reason why you're going through the fast-track court. When you go through the legal process, other reports in Liberia, I think they are 5 years. Lifespan is 5 years. So you're not going to succeed. When you go through the court, you will not bring the cases from former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf's regime. And when you pick on a Judge Weah, they're going to say you witch hunting. So what you do, go through a special court that will not go through that tenure. They set up and then they earmark all the cases. You don't want to appear that you picking and choosing witch hunting. The special court now will speed on the process. The special court now will say, hey, all cases from 2005 to now, GSC reports they are there. Let's prosecute them. Then you will have a plan. People are disenchanted because Trokon. Let's be honest. You're not suffering. Let's take politics from that. You're not suffering in our country. You're suffering.
Even in America, people they're suffering.
Yeah, but our own power who can eat 3 times a day here.
I was in Washington D.C. and I saw homeless people all along.
Oh, I do that. Go see my videos. I go there. I go out to get them food, water. I preach to them. That's what I do here. I go out, I speak to them, I get them food, I get them water.
But ours is quite different from what they passed through there. So
exactly. So we are saying that hey, in Liberia, we cannot be like. Let me give you an example. Look at the guys. Trokon, it is not normal. Believe you me, it's not normal for you to have a country where some citizens are sleeping in graveyard. These are people that you and myself, we as a country, we contributed to their problems today. We bought guns, we bought knives, we bought drugs, we gave them drugs, we took them in the bushes, we trained them. Over 20 years. These guys today, some of them are sleeping in graveyard. Trokon, God sake in heaven. How much will it cost your government? Even $10,000 can pay you 4 tarpaulin shelters. Let's say the government of Liberia does not have money now. $10,000 can give you 4 tarpaulin shelters. They want to Red Light. They want to Nipple Street. They want to Douala. These guys take them. It is not normal. It is terrible. It is dangerous.
Okay.
You will not have peace when you got people sleeping in graveyard. When our children are sleeping in houses under light, it's not normal.
Great.
Let's help them. We are wicked to our brothers.
Great.
Take them from the graveyard.
Great, Patrick. In one of the accounts, and one of what they've raised, the protesters, Patrick, is that they've talked about alleged rampant police brutality and calling for reform within the Liberian police force. That's why they categorically declared to the president that he should dismiss the director of police. Do you see the necessity for reform? Are they right to call on the president to dismiss Gregory Coleman about this time, or should the president just institute sweeping measures that bring about reform in our police force?
I think he needs to just reform is necessary now, and the protesters too. All the demands. They are not necessarily saying President Bwaka must do or now. These are demands. These are counts that the president will look at it, and so telling President Bwaka to dismiss him now, they are speaking in a context. They are saying, "Hey, look at our case. Try to get a reform." There are too many people crying with the police director, even though yesterday he did a great job. The Liberians are complaining, so they are just saying to him, President Bwaka, please take a look at this process. Please let us, see it. And he should have just, that's what I said, he missed the mark. Yesterday, he should have just gone, said somebody, don't go there. Don't send all these guys that are on class, real low, go yesterday, government officials, I call them Facebook ministers. Don't send them, because they're already condemning the protesters. Before the protest yesterday, they're all on the radio, they're on Facebook, they're condemning the people. They say Molu is fake. These are the same people, they can defeat themselves in the legs. If you condemning a man 3 months before the protest, then you come and say he didn't bring the protest to who? To you? Honor my feet.
Do you hold the view or share the view that protest needed different phases? Instead of the legs of Moba Molu, former Representative Moses Akaros Gray, and lastly, authorities of the CDC Youth League. Do you agree with people who make such statement and have such belief?
I think so. The protest you have been unanimously done by the opposition. And this is where they're missing the mark. They don't know Unity Party. Unity Party is one of the political parties in Liberia. The guys know how to use the rule and device method to maintain power. That thing CDC did. I supported CDC, I'm glad. But the thing our guys did, to allow people to campaign on Susuka to defeat you, you think Unity Party will do that one? Unity Party ran Susuka. No money. You setting on the money. You allow people to campaign on Susuka to defeat you. Unity Party not going to do that one. So right after President Weah, when the guys were defeated, guys senator, they don't came by then and say, hey, we got to unite ourselves to fight President Weah's government. The guys united automatically, they came together. This is what the guys, the opposition, we need to do. This is the time for us to unite. Unity Party, the national potato, they are hardcore. Let me tell you, Trokon, don't say this to anybody before I gossip about them. They are hardcore comrades that I know, senior comrades that I know in our Unity Party. They are very crafty. They're not going to allow you to easily take power from them. So this is the time for the guys to unite. This protest you have been unanimously opposition. Molu, they were here alone, and I saw some people on Facebook, government officials, comparing June 7 fundraiser where they were going for barbecue party. They said a protest, raising money everywhere, having scholarship fund drive, where you have 4 political parties coming together, including civil society groups. This was Molu alone.
You think it was necessary for the likes of Mr. Edison Cummings, former President George Weah, former Vice President Jua Howard Taylor, and the rest of the people to join hands and give force to that?
Yes, it was going to show, because the guys, I don't know what's the problem. They have not come together. It would have been a start in the beginning of the opposition. We're coming together to tell you guys that, hey, we are still around. It should have been done unanimously. All the guys come together. It was peaceful. Why are you afraid? Sometimes I can ask myself, is it because of the sanction that they made some men along the way that are making it afraid or what? Why? But however, I'm using this medium to call on all of them. President Weah, the president is always the president. You are the head of the biggest opposition political party. This is the time for you to bring the people together. Other than that, Unity Party is not small potato. The guys know how to maintain power. The guys campaign on Susu card. They defeated you. They defeated us. If we don't stand together, all of us, one person cannot do it. All of us in the opposition come together, we can defeat these guys.
Do you advise that the protesters return in 14 days? I was asking you whether the time was necessary. Was long enough for the president to act upon some of what they've demanded, and you said no. Do you agree with them that 14 days time they will return?
But even if I don't agree, Trokon, like I told you in my introduction, that protests will continue to shake the foundation of Liberia until we, as a country, we can do the things that are right. Protests, even if it's not 14 days, 2 days, 3 days, protests will come. Every day, protests, it seems like people are protesting every day because things are not done rightly. You cannot have a country where government policy programs, the fiscal policy of Liberia, President Bouaka coming to the U.S., he's speaking good English. The positive things are coming after the good English. You cannot have a country where those things are only reflected in the good schools, the cooking pots, the bank accounts, the friends, the relatives of government officials. When the less fortunate people who are in Atherton, Barclayville, Belafene, Bentonville, Bapolu, Buchanan, Conway, Greenville, Kingsbury, Edina, Fishtown, when they are suffering, we want government policies to reflect in the lives of the people in Sanikule, in Sasan, in Totmamba, in Tuzon, in Vanjama, in Yekipa, in Zozo, in Kolam, in Foya, in Zoedru, in Betro, in Nima County. Then you will have people not protesting every day. Other than that, 14 days will come, 15 days will come, there will be protests. Protests will continue to shake the foundation of Liberia until Trokon is about to find a better job, Patrick is about to find a better job, Clarence Jackson, Judah, everybody is about to find a better job in Liberia. Not only government officials running to LBDR Bank, but all it's unfair.
Okay. Great. Keep following the live, Patrick, from where you are, so that we talk to a few Liberians on the line. Thank you, Patrick. So while there is in the United States, it's just important enough that we give some of them the opportunity to speak with us on some of the issues confronting Liberia. He says, yes, President Bouaka should have gone for the petition or send somebody to represent him other than the people who are on class relations, but the government officials who have criticized the protesters. Send somebody to receive the petition. He said, yes, it was necessary and it would have eased the tension and shown respect to the protesters. He called for reform in the Liberian justice system and the Liberia National Police. He also called for unity amongst opposition politicians, including former President George Weah, opposition leader Alexander Cummings, former Vice President Joe Howard Taylor, and the list goes on. This is The Conversation right here on OKFM 99.5. Let's talk to a few Liberians. 5 o'clock. Melvin Cephas from the NTA, and he also chairs the Unity Party Youth Congress, will be our guest. Let's hear you.
How are you, Chief?
I'm fine. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me on your program. This is Abenigo Newton. I come from District in Mosera County.
Abenigo.
Let me applaud you for your analysis and your interview conducted. And let me applaud your online studio guests. I think he articulated it well. Okay. Look, let me tell you, protest is the testing and evaluation of democracy. And protesters have the full right to petition who they wish to petition. I think it was a failure on the executive to refuse to receive the petition from the protester on yesterday. I think that gives also a good standing for next protest to come and that will shake the country. And we're told that the next protest that will be nationwide. I think it will be dangerous for the press, for the government. So let me applaud you. Thank you for the time.
Thank you so kindly. We talked to a few Liberians here on the line. Hello?
Trokon, good afternoon, Trokon.
Good afternoon, sir. Let's hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, let me say good afternoon to your guest. Trokon, please allow me ask one question, and I think I should get a response from you. The June 7th protest, I want to know, during the Mr. Weah time, who received the petition from the protesters during the June 7th protest?
I can tell.
Okay. So let me conclude on the next one. Trokon, I think your guest, let me be frank with your guest. I think he sounds like opposition, and more precise,
the man said he's a supporter of the CDC, so he's saying some opposition.
Oh no, I'm not getting clear. Okay, I see her because when he spoke, I'm not surprised of his speeches, but I know within ourselves that Liberia, before Liberia get better, I think we need every hands on deck, and then the of CDC or Unity Party, AMC, I think we need to pull it aside.
Great. Hello?
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah. I'm Vincent Chile calling from Wrepue, Pasota. Yeah. I think yesterday protest, I may say from my analysis, like the protesters did not do justice to us. Because even if you're saying the president should receive the petition, and lawmakers went there, I think it was the best to give it to the government, the legislature. They will push it, but if you're saying the president and now you are not getting a petition, I think it's a failure on the part for them not delivering the petition to the government. So I think so.
Thank you so kindly. We'll take a few more calls from this line. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, how you doing, brother?
I'm fine. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Thank you. You know, I've listened to many callers, but I just want you to understand and maybe provide the information to the callers. Constitutionally, you petition your lawmaker, not the president. It's a matter of constitutional provision. They didn't say you should petition the executive or the judiciary. So if people continue to petition just any of the three branches of government, one day some people just wake up and say they carry petition to the Chief Justice or the Chief Justice just confirmed. Then how will you take that? But they said you're elected government official to be precise lawmakers, senators and representatives. That's why they got chairman on claim and petitions at both offices. Why would people leave that? And then you say you're going to the executive. What is your intent? Do you know the security implication?
Great, let's hold you there. Talk to somebody else. Hello? Are you there? Oh, this person is gone. This person? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you, brother Trokon. Let me say thanks to your
I don't know if he's still there or what.
Yeah, he's online. He's an online guest.
Yeah. I want to appreciate being so brilliant. And he was very emphatic and categorical to the point. So for recommendation, I'm too active. Rather, I don't want to do this. You need to prepare for a new destination. You see where the still gets said that the two. First, we succeed in our process. I'm going to applaud the people in Geneva to the fullest. So we want to conduct themselves very peacefully.
Poga, you are at a protest?
You say for the sake of Labrador, you say Poga?
Yeah, I don't see you. That for the sake of Labrador, you are protesting?
Oh, protesting for?
Oh, I asked you the man. I made the interview, yo.
No, but it's true. I'm protesting for the sake of Labrador.
Okay.
We find our country in a big organization that was selling facilities. People last year our importing and things that to get in order.
Okay.
One of the things our constitution that grant the highest seat of the land. But to the point, our brother said it very emphatically and said it very one of the employees. Every protest, we're going to pay a commemoration of the ANC, the opposition in Geneva. You know what you are called today? You know you are called 500 platform and the local agency all about we are the high, we are the high opposition to look at now. You don't know for the state ever what we're going tomorrow. But we succeeded because the platform who succeed, but the country can first. And people, you saw yesterday, they all got talking say we never care about petition to the people or even to or chair of petition. They was they were not followed by the consider or do anything.
Thank you. Let's take Gordon Weir, then we'll take a few more persons. We will be expecting our next guest. Hello?
Yeah, Jesus. Trokon, thank you for picking me. Well, your online studio guy should be who? What's his name?
My man, you didn't follow the show. Time is running out. Time is going. He's Patrick Soa. Time is running out. Godwin.
Patrick Soa. You know, I wanted to call the name so that people know, the person that's online. But Patrick Soa, I understand. I mean, besides being an opposition, this is a man who said President Bouaka was not fit to be president. Okay, after the
Sorry, I didn't cut you off. You went off by yourself. You can call back. Hello?
Hello? Yes, go on.
Are you there? Go ahead.
My name is Anthony Sayer. I talk to you from Israel.
Go ahead, Anthony.
Thank you for this program, and thank you for the many views. What I have to say here is that the protest was not necessary because I think we will end up going back to. If they came up yesterday and say, oh yes, the protest grew and it went there. What makes it important is when they deliver their petitions to the guys, to the House of Representatives or the Senator Momosa. But when they left the whole thing and they decided to walk away, why would they carry officially on the table? Why would they be presenting the 14 days they are given? Who they give it to? Officially, who will speak to the executive and say, oh yeah, they guys came here, and they said, we want to do this, we want to do that, they want to do this, and these are things that are unfolding and people suffering. How will they present it? They will just say, they say.
Okay.
So these are things they must understand before.
Thank you. Let's hear this person. Hello?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Let's hear you.
This is testimony of Glory Communications Capital. President, I made on to you, and the entire workforce are looking for the job you do on a daily basis. Straight to the point. You see, protest has an underlying factor, and that factor is the message within the protest. One, I'm not sure about those who protest at the territory, protesting politics, whether they have come from one party to another party, no. But I think it's a right message that if you went there yesterday, a senator is, and that particular senator is the chair of the petition or a representative from that committee. It may not be the committee chair. I think it was yesterday to have submitted that particular petition and wait and see the one later. Because I can tell you, I'm trying to check the nomination president or a legislative president who goes on the rule. The country is partial. The question is the country is patient. Nobody wants to join their president to get also in a rule petition. Honestly.
Okay. Thank you. Let's talk to Cody. You can air your balance. 30 seconds. You already scored the other one.
Thank you.
30 seconds. I'm not joking.
Thank you, Trokon. So it's the same Patrick who came back to the country after President Baga was doing appointment and came to beg for jobs.
What's the what's the evidence for that?
He didn't receive that. Trokon, I can give you first information. Let me finish. I will give you evidence.
But how you feeling? I give it to the public, not me alone.
Yeah, but I can't do that now. So let me proceed to another point. So it's the same passage trial. Good. But Patrick I expected him to know that the president has the right, apart from the legislature going their way, the House Committee on Claims and Petition going to receive it, the president has the right to designate anybody to receive, something on his behalf. The president has the right to do that. Okay. But he refused to give it to any of these functionaries. They did not get to the legislature, they did not give it to anybody from the executive they carry back home.
Thank you.
Patrick should understand that they are in no position to demand anything from the government, from the president in 14 days. They got no ground because they have said nothing to the government. Thank you
so kindly. Let's endeavor to get back to Patrick Sowa. Liberians have phoned in to speak out their minds, what they think of some of what he said. Let's go back to Patrick Sowa in the United States to have him conclude on some of the issues the people have said. Patrick, you listen to the callers, our guests?
Yeah, I will start with the last caller.
Is it true you came to look for a job in Liberia when President Bogai won?
I will send you 2,500 United States dollars.
To do what with it?
Anybody in Liberia can say Alhaji Patrick Sowa. When he came to Liberia, he begged for a job, give them the 2,500 United States dollars.
Marcel will be looking for the evidence too. You think I'm going to get somebody 2,005?
But here's the point, Trokon. I'm one of the few Liberians in the U.S. that got office job. There are people in America here. I don't want to say it loud. Before they put in America, say I'm gossiping about them. Liberians, your CSA boss, Josiah Joker was here working as customer service representative, making 50. I went with the county. I went with the school district. Next month on the 26th, I'm going to be taking over as one of the directors, I'm blessed. I went as an outpatient psychotherapist. I don't go to group home. I don't go to nursing home. I go to job the way our ministers in Liberia can do in the U.S. 9 million Liberians your ministers from here who gone to Liberia, I don't want to call their names. They were all working here in group homes and nursing homes, cleaning poo-poo. Let's leave that one. They know me. Ellen Johnson is selling 2005 to that time. I will never support Unity Party. I did not support them. I don't believe in them. I'm proud to be supporting CDC. I see myself, my lineage in CDC. I'm not a coward. There are some of them that are supporting undercover my ET in your house. Let me talk about the June 7 quick. The guy that asked the question.
Yes, they're already June 5. Our best guess is here now, so yes.
Yeah, June 7. The protesters said that they did not have trust in the government. They could not submit their petition to no one except President Weah. I think President Weah sent 2 representatives there, and I don't know what happened. And, let's talk about the petition. The guy who said the petition, you don't petition the president or you petition the lawmakers. You can petition the government, and the government includes the 3 branches of government.
So I don't know where he got our information from. But to conclude, because the other guest is there, Mr. President, you want to have a good legacy at the end of your tenure. You will never succeed in the fight against corruption. I know you and other guys were part of the regime under former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. You will not succeed in the fight against corruption if you want to go through the legal process in Liberia. I'm using this medium as your nephew. You're my uncle. I love you. I respect you traditionally. If you want to have a good legacy tomorrow in the future, that if Patrick Soward wants to be president, the people will vote me overwhelmingly because of your record. You got to set up a fast track code to bring in buggers, put them behind bars. Okay. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Patrick. So there, phoning from the United States, we thought to talk to him on some of the issues that have unfolded in the country, specifically with respect to the protest. The post-analysis is ongoing. Our next guest will be Mr. Melvin Sivas. Melvin Sivas is one of the deputies at the National Transit Authority. We'll talk about the NTA, then we roll over to national politics. My name is Trokon Wrepue. I'm here. This is the biggest thing on radio anywhere in the country at about this time, and I dare say the best thing that has happened to Liberia. Stay with us. Right after this break, we'll start our conversation.
Economic criminals, bring them to justice now.
Justice must rise, truth must speak, Liberia must heal. Let the War Crime and Anti-Corruption Courts light the way. The Office for the Establishment of War and Economic Crimes Court for Liberia, OWEC, in collaboration with transitional justice actors and under the auspices of the government of Liberia, announces the official launch of the National Outreach Campaign throughout the Republic of Liberia and the diaspora. It's all happening on Saturday, July 19, 2025, at the headquarters of the Office for the Establishment of War and Economic Crimes Court for Liberia at Maba Point. The time is 11 o'clock in the morning. Join the campaign. Speak out. Together, we can build a Liberia where justice works for everyone.
Toga Melvin Sivas is here in my studios. I've introduced him before the break. He's one of the deputies at the National Transit Authority. We are going to be here discussing key issues that matter to Mama Liberia, starting with where he works. So welcome. Thanks for joining us again. It's a pleasure. I know it was a late invitation, but you accepted and you're here. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Trokon, and let me say good afternoon to the listening audience. And the place looking a little bit hot.
Yeah. I'm going to show a small problem.
Oh, okay.
You want to put our cigarettes out there?
No, I know. I thought you actually call it off for some time. Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay. And let me say thank you for the invite. And this place is almost, especially this particular show, is almost like my place. And we look forward to a splendid conversation.
How's the NTA, by the way?
Well, the NTA is doing very, very well. As you may be aware, we talk about the construction of the administrative building. You know that the NTA headquarters got caught. It was caught by fire by the past administration, which the fire service report said that it was not electrical fault, but it was something that was orchestrated. So since then, we've been working from the garage. But earlier this year, we break ground for the construction of the headquarters. This come Monday, we were there with the board of directors, the MD, the hardworking MD, and other members of the senior management team. We went to inspect the project, and the work is ongoing. The foundation is almost at 35%. Okay. So we are moving forward with that particular work. Also, when we got to the NTA, there were some issues of the latrine. So also there's an ongoing work of a 6-bedroom modern latrine facility in a year. That one is almost at 99.9%. That is, they are just cleaning it up, wiping the place, janitors working, and then the board of directors will come to maybe dedicate that particular project. And so far our buses are moving all in the city, and we are anticipating new buses. We've been working on that project for some time now. The government of Liberia provided us initial 500,000 as initial payment towards that particular bus. And we are running the NTA with a business perspective, and not just about the regular government subsidies and our greater partners giving a free bus. These other buses that are coming, this is something that the NTA going to pay for. We're going to run, we maintain them, and we pay for them because the government has only given the initial amount of 500,000, and it costs over 3.4 million. That's the cost of the 60 pieces of buses that will be coming.
Great. 2 hours ago, you posted this. You said earlier this week we joined the board of directors of the National Transit Authority Liberia and the MD Edmund Ford to inspect the ongoing construction work at our premises, the administrative head office, and a 6-room latrine. We are committed to revitalizing the NTA. What kind of structure are you building there? I see the pictures here. The contractors are working. You are here in the picture with the rest of the management team. What kind of building are you constructing?
So
what is the cost?
So for the administrative building is a 1-story building.
Okay.
But the foundation of that building, according to the engineers and the consultants, it can take up to 3 stories building. So the foundation will be very solid.
The foundation is
very solid.
Yeah.
So because we anticipate that the institution will grow. So in the future, so just in case and there is space issue and what have you, then the next administration, or if we are still there, we can continue pull another flow in that form and manner. So the cost of that project is a little over 400,000 United States dollar, and it's being pre-financed by the Iowa group of company.
That's the contractor that
won the bid. We did all of the PPCC process, and what have you did? Won the bid. You pre-finance up to 30% of the work. Then we make payment. They move up to 60%. We make payment. They move in that form and manner. That's how the contract payment going to be. And so they are working day and night to ensure that the project is completed in time. And we anticipate that by next year, time the day when I'm on this radio, we'll be talking about dedicating the new administrative building of the National Transit Authority.
Great. There's been a lot of social media posts about, some will say 58 pieces of buses, some will say 60 coming, and so on and so forth. I know I've had one of your colleagues, Noah Southgate, and even Mr. Ford, and we've had conversation about your intent or the management's decision to bring additional buses, 60-seater, 32-seater buses to aid students and all of those. What's the level now? Where are we with the buses? Have they been procured? Are you in the process? When do they come to country? What do we need to know?
Well, so honestly, the buses, we've been working tirelessly to ensure that we have the buses for this July 26th. And we are bringing in 20 18-seater buses, and we're bringing in 35 62-seater buses, and 5 cargo truck. The cargo truck, first of its kind, will be doing that as a pilot project to see how we can move goods from across the country. Like for instance, when you go in farm to market roads, products, you go into Basel, sometimes they have market days, and some of our market women go to those places, get their cassava bag, get their okra, and all of those things will bring it to town at a very cheaper price. So we are working with the Liberia Marketing Association, and we'll be working in connection to ensure that we implement the project. Once we work with these 5 buses and it work perfectly for us, then there will be a need for the 5 trucks. There will be a need for us to increase the number of trucks, and maybe in subsequent time we can also go to Guinea, we go to Ivory Coast, because people leave from here and go as far as Ivory Coast to buy pepper, dry pepper, and all of goods and services. So we want to move goods, because another thing is some of the buses is not intended for you to pull low on it. So if you are coming from Kanta, or you are going to Kanta and you buy your rice and things from Monrovia to carry it to Kanta, the NTA truck will be able to take it there for you, and you can just use the bus and ride the bus for the press, and the bus bring your goods. We don't have people putting rice on the bus and all those kind of goods on the bus, putting cement and all of things. So there are little challenges of moving goods here and there. So that's why the fire cargo truck will be for. And also the 18,
so that will be a pilot project.
That will be a pilot project.
If it works
perfectly, we'll bring more. So for the 18-seater buses, some of the buses will be used on our feeder roads, and there are some places that the bus will be very difficult to turn around because of the length of the long NTA buses. These buses will be there. Some of them will be on the Wrepue Highway Airport charter. Some of them will be for special services wherein we can move government employees from work to and fro from work and all those kind of things. That's what we're working on. And like I said, we anticipated those buses to be here by July 26th. But there is some little delay because of the route that the bus is using currently to come to Monrovia. So we are expecting it now. Maybe,
is it on sea or they're coming by road?
No, they're coming on sea. Initially, the vendors wanted to bring it to Freetown. When it gets to Freetown, it will arrive from Freetown. Yeah. But we said that is not feasible for us because he wanted to bring it for the July 26th by all costs. Okay. So we said that's not feasible because when you get to Freetown, obviously we got duty free. All the other arrangement will be a long arrangement. We don't have money to pay duty. So all the other arrangement will be long. But when you come at our port here, we'll be able to have that negotiation where we can have a duty free privilege to get our buses here. So for that reason, there are some delay, but the contractor, ABK Incorporated, he's been working tirelessly to ensure that that project is implemented. So we are hoping by August we're going to have those buses in country, and they will start to plot our roads in Monrovia. And let me say thank you to ABK. He actually doing well. He implemented the fire service project, the fire trucks that you have here. He did that, and it's pre-financing. So for a Liberian company to be pre-financing, it takes a lot of work and what have you. So we appreciate the efforts.
What kind of transport system does the NTA want to run? I mean, I know there are places very difficult to reach. I've been to southeastern Liberia before your administration. After you took over, I was there, and the roads are pliable. When the rains come, they are mud, so I mean they are muddy roads. So when the rain comes, it becomes deplorable. And then, how do you get people feeling a part in those other places? Do you intend having a cargo truck going there, or will you send buses if the roads are pliable? Because not just Monrovia, I mean we're talking about other leeward counties.
Yeah, so we intend, the government of Liberia are committed to ensure that all of our roads are pliable. And they are also in a intervention on the way that will ensure that we'll have some of those roads being paved perfectly. So currently we are moving to places where we have paved road and what have you, and we got 2 buses in Maryland. Last weekend we were in Riverside with the corporate manager. So we went to Riverside particularly to look at the road condition, look at the market, and see the possibility when these buses come to have one of these buses on the Monrovia to Riverside route. And also in similar places, NTA used to go as far as Grand Gile. So we are anticipating that we're going to open all of these routes. Once the rules apply, we're going to ensure that we have those buses moving there to move our passengers. Because the intent of the National Transit Authority is to actually ease the burden of transportation on the people, so we can indirectly contribute to our citizens' wealth.
Good. Again, you're listening to the conversation on OKFM. Mr. Melvin Cephas is my guest, one of the deputies there at the NTA, and he's also the Youth Congress chairperson of the ruling Unity Party. What about the ones supplying town and the other areas? I know you wanted to make them smart buses. Have you done that?
Yeah, so we are working. We have started reviewing the proposal for the cashless system. Okay. Because those buses that are coming, we're going to be paying for them. They are not grant. So obviously we got to reduce the the manner in which we want to remove the cash from people's hands, so we ensure that we save more money than the leakages of money leaving revenue going out of the institution. So we started reviewing those proposals to ensure that we have a cashless system. That system might be linked to our mobile money, where you can pay for mobile money, where you can do prepay, you have a prepaid card, you have a swap card. There are a lot of options that we are looking at, but we're going to ensure that we have the best for the Liberian people that they're going to work with. I know we've been having some suggestion of recommendation, it's going to be difficult to do, and while I view the people ain't used to it. But one example that I always give some of our people who push against that is that there were times that we weren't using mobile money in this country. But today, if you go as far as Grand Crew, or even go buy in Raleigh market and meet that old man there and say, oh, I get cash, so I can pay through mobile money. She oh yeah, I get mobile money, put on my mobile money, and all that kind of thing. So people are adjusting to this system. When the system come, obviously people are going to adjust to it. So we are moving to have a cashless system to the NTA. We started working on it, and we show that maybe before the buses come, we'll make significant impact, and maybe have already hired the contractor, whoever going to implement that particular project.
Do you know the number of functional buses we have now?
Yeah, currently we got up to 16 buses running currently. And we have 2 in the garage currently completed. The only thing we need to do on it now
because
is
I know
to
you
spray.
bought spare parts.
Yeah, is to spray those 2 buses, and we'll add to those buses to make it 18 buses.
Great. Let's transition a little bit, Melvin. I know that, is it last year or some part of this year, you've converged on Ganta City as a youth wing of the Unity Party, and had a retreat. In that retreat, there were several counts and recommendations you said you made to the government, and upon your return to Monrovia, you expect President Boakai and officials within the government to act accordingly. You talk about a fight against corruption, you talk about government officials properly performing their duties and not undermining their arrest agenda. Have you seen those?
Well, the first thing, let me thank the President of the Republic of Liberia for taking up time to look through our resolution, see some of the recommendations. So? Obviously, in our Ganta resolution, it was clear that was in black and white that the President should, with immediate effect, dismiss the LTA boss. And the President did not use our approach, suspended him, and today he's no longer in government. So our president is the kind of president that don't just listen to people, but he listens to the young people. So he investigated that matter. When we came back today, he's no longer in that particular position because he was adopted by the LACC. So the Youth Congress, yeah, they have been in. We talk about empowerment of young people, and while have you been working with the office of the president? Yeah, there will always be disenchantment. You know, I always tell people that in the world, that the people who are the richest and successful people are people who solve problems. So there will always be problems, but your ability to solve it will make you a great person. We have been working with the office of the president, and there are a lot of young people. Few young people will be going to China very soon. They went through the process, applied through the process. For some of them going for their master, some of them already there for training, some of them will be going to do their undergraduate. There are a lot of programs and opportunities. We also work with the Maritime to ensure that we secure free slots for our young people who went through the process, who guided them in the process. We did not go red letter and say, oh, put the person there, and when they are not qualified, they went SAT aptitude test. Those ones that passed the test, I think about 3 of them will be going to Ghana at the Regional Maritime University, because that's what we do as their leader. We go and look for opportunity, find people to guide them in the process. I mean, for the China thing, we were pushing for 18%, but last, we got 8% who were qualified for the process. It was a competitive process, and what have you. So by later September this year, they will be leaving for China because it's a process. And for the Regional Maritime University, I'm sure they will be leaving in August. Before the end of August this year, they will be leaving to go and start their study. And there are a lot of opportunities. Some of our accelerate groups been working on their own, put their own initiative together. This morning, I received a screenshot of 10%, I think 10 or 20% going to connect. There are young people in government who say, yeah, okay, we're working, and then our other comrades don't have work to do. I think we can go and sponsor at least 10 or 20% there, and the total bill, I think it's 20%, because the total bill came out to $5,000 at the rate of 20% benefiting from that particular initiative. So there are some people who don't have job now, and we have gone out how to reach out to people for job, and if you cannot get a job, if you have opportunity to empower you, we're working on that to ensure that we empower our young people. And also the counter resolution was very clear on the fight against corruption, and this is something that we are unapologetic about. That is, if you are involved into corruption, the youth congress of our party will come at you.
How do you all detach the youth congress from the inner working of the government, so that you do not seem like you are putting a lot of pressure on the president from a political standpoint to take some of the decisions he's taking?
So we are not pressuring the president. What we do is we do recommendation to the president. It is the sole responsibility of the president to act. And this is why when we say in our resolution immediate dismissal, the president did not go by immediate dismissal. He went by setting a team to do investigation.
Did he tell you what he was going to do?
No, he can't. You don't have to say it to me. The fact that we are seeing the outcome of whatever method he used to ensure that the fight against corruption, and since that particular convention, there have been a lot of suspension in government for allegation of corruption and what a few here and there. So the president is very key on the fight against corruption, and our eyes, we are the watchdog, will be looking wherever there is corruption. We see it, we're going to talk it as a Congress.
People think the president is slow to react, taking into consideration what has happened at the LTA. There was a clear order report on the book or on his decks from the LACC, and then the president will delay, he will drag on, and recently got Mr. Abdullahi Kamara suspended. Do you all think, do you believe for people who hold the views that the president is slow to react to these kind of things happening in government?
No, I think the president is careful not to just react to posts on social media. Or people say, oh yeah, this is a post on social media, this man is corrupt, this man is this man is that. He want to establish. It is from the LDCC. There was no indictment. You needed to understand what happened. When you understood it, when you saw the indictment from the LDCC, today the LTA boss is no longer there, and several other investigations that are being going on. The president is very serious about the fight against corruption.
He normally sends these people to the LDCC for further investigation. Sometimes some of the people he sends are writing on Facebook calling on the LDCC to investigate them. We don't hear anything from the LDCC.
Yeah, so that's the role of the LDCC, to do their work. And the president had the executive branch of government, but he got people that are working, to do certain things. We will not go and like for instance, we'll go and do the work of the justice minister when the justice minister is supposed to go and prosecute somebody. That's not the role of the president to do, though he had that particular thing. So that particular branch of government. So honestly, the president has been doing extremely well when it comes to the fight against corruption. I don't want to go back. Normally, I don't like to reference the Unity Party government with the CDC government, because we didn't have a government here for 6 years. We just had a group of people who were running some social club that you have to wear red beret and blue beret. So whether you steal government money or not, you do this, people do nothing about it in this country. That's how we were looking at, to the point that people had to be sanctioned in the president's office. That's how far we went. So normally, I don't at this point now, I can't be drawing a scenario between the Unity Party and the CDC.
3 years now. You should be speaking about deliveries of your government.
So there are a lot of deliverables about our government. I'm talking about fight against corruption. For the past 6 years, did you see it in this country where people were dismissed because of corruption allegation? Did you see in this country where people being suspended because of allegation of corruption and sent investigation? This is a major achievement that will save a lot for the library. But there are a lot of achievement today. You can move on and go straight to Maryland and come back the same day. Before you take 3 days on that road. The other day we saw the senator of Grand G and Senator Zoe Penner, who posted on a page and said for the first time in his life, went to Grand G, reached the same day. It had not happened before. Before he will spend 3 to 4 days. All of our rules are pliable. This is a major achievement. The president have gone further to see how best he can reconcile the country. Took the remains of former president who died, who did not have a memorial, and show that we have memorial of these places. These are things that we need to reconcile our country, especially we have come from 14 years of civil war. It's a major achievement. If you listen to some of the recording from Grand G, people anticipated the past president to do that because he's from there. That is his political capital. That is his base, and he did not do it. Instead, the Unity Party that knows how to run government and knows how to reconcile people in this country. We are now on the path of reconciliation, and we are moving to the place of a united country to ensure that we prosper and we make progress.
Toka Melvin Sivas is my guest. He's from the NTL. He chairs the Youth Congress of the Opposition Unity Party. Yesterday, the group on the back note called an SF Stand, headed by former CDC chair Moba Molu, had a protest. That protest they've been planning for a couple of months. The government will give them the permission to stage the protest. Yesterday, according to them, disappointedly, they could not present a petition because the president was absent. Why did you all allow the president not to go for the petition?
Trokon, these are a group of unserious people. And they are not genuine. They are not genuine about their advocacy. Look, the head of stand, that is Moba Modu. Today, as just youth chairman in my party, I can stand and take my youth congress to a retreat and look in government and say this XYZ is not correct. We'll get a resolution, bring it to the president and say, Mr. President, this is our resolution as the youth congress of your party, and you should dismiss the LTA boss as youth congress. The LTA boss is dismissed today. Moba Modu suspend. So suspended. He's no longer in government. Okay, he's no longer in government. Right? My man, that is indirect dismissal. Right? The way to
is that what the president said?
My man, the way to NTA now, right? And the president suspend me and put somebody there. It mean, not want me to work there again. Dismiss me.
But you could go through the court process and get free.
Yeah. So who appoint me there? Yeah. So who appoint me there? Who get the appointing power? It's the president that get the appointing power, and I in civil servant joy. He appointed position. Okay. So now, Moba Modu as chairman of the CDC at the time could not stand up to President Weah and say you are doing this, you are doing that, until he was caught on recording gossiping. The president, where the president giving people job and sleeping with them. When the president facing, he couldn't say it to the president face, but he said that Lekoto, that serious man down there. That are serious. These are not serious advocates. These are people who stand for nothing. Stand for nothing. The protest yesterday, it was not about advocacy. I think they wanted to test their strength, their political strength, to see whether people stay like CDC, and it was shown clearly yesterday that
was our people CDC protest or from the
but man CDC endorsed the protest. You saw Akara Gray
youth wing, not the CDC.
But man, the CDC endorsed the protest. You see a former representative Akara Gray, all their CDC youth league there. That's the CDC. That's where Moba Molu from. Moba Molu is from the CDC. That's a whole CDC thing they're doing there. Now this is the same Akara Gray who was just representative in District Number 8, and he brought the Bukos, Eton, and Iboma loan agreement in this country.
He brought it.
The man sponsored that bill. Go and check the record.
Okay.
He sponsored that particular bill in the legislature. Even though we were in opposition, we said that this particular deal is a failed deal, it's a bogus deal. The Akara Gray did not listen to anybody. They went and legislated that failed Elton and Iboma loan agreement, and later on it was all fiasco. They had to go and de-ratify. This is the same Akara Gray who took Brian Envedo in this country and said he was taking it because he wanted to know whether they don't take it. That's the Akara Gray that will come and stand and say he advocating for who? You got no moral standing to advocate for anybody in this country. We were in this country when Nathaniel Magio built 200,000, built house of 200,000 in just 2018. And it went some fiasco thing and said they took loan from LBTI. Go and check that record. Whether Nathaniel Magio paid any cent to LBTI that he paid loan there. This is the same Akara Grace and Moba Modu who stood in this country and President we are in 2018 in less than 6 months built over 49 units in rehab.
Except they've denied that the horses don't reach 49
in rehab. Okay, they assume that 24 or they assume that one they build there, right? Or President take country in less than 6 months. He broke down his rehab residence and put that proof house on it. They see Moba Modu and Akara Gray had nothing to say about it, but they were singing praises to President we are in this country when he was embezzling and squandering people money in this country.
Those are allegations. Melvin. Okay. But so, Melvin, they are Liberians.
Yeah, so I agree.
Whether what happened in the past or not, they still
have
the
no moral standing.
And
that's why that place was empty. That's why the place was empty. That's why the place was empty.
Didn't you see
way back? That place was empty, right?
Why do you all think protests when people are protesting the whole country is supposed to have the message they brought was more important.
So they did not give the message. You carry a message, you didn't give the message.
Because
it means that was not a change. No, they didn't go. They didn't know. Let me tell you what these guys wanted. Let me tell you what they wanted. They really thought that when they say they will protest, the government of Liberia will say we're not going to permit to protest. They be north, they be giving north. Oh yeah, we'll do protest. We'll not do protest. We'll do protest. We'll not do protest. Government say we'll provide security for you. Initially, if you watch the protest from the morning, everybody was moving a normal business. They were going about their business. Nobody hammocking it. Because they knew there were just a few handful of people, they go to black in from UL. So that the security will say, okay, you're opening, you're blacking all up, and it be your chaos here and there. The security guarded them. That particular thing they did yesterday, it was chaotic. Do you know that the LEC pickup was broken yesterday, and the HR that worked at LEC was in that pickup, and she got hurt because they stoned the pickup? That was not a peaceful protest yesterday.
Why did they do that?
Check the LEC. Check with LEC tomorrow. Okay. Check with LEC tomorrow. The HR at LEC, she was in a pickup, and that pickup was stoned yesterday because our government car. Yesterday, if you notice, almost all of those that got government car, they didn't go around that protest ground because these people were looking for chaos. They're looking for a way in which to undermine the democracy in this country, to instill fear in our people. Why will you be having protests and be stoning vehicles? So that was not a genuine protest. It was not genuine. You go to present a petition, and you did not present a petition to the chair on claims and petition from the legislature, and the chair on the security committee in the Senate come to receive your petition, and you say only the president and vice president will come for your petition.
Was it wrong for them to say they want to present the petition?
During the June 7 protest in this country,
you made similar call.
During the June 7 protest in this country, right? The president did not come to receive the petition. The vice president did not come to receive the petition. People who were representing the government from the Senate and from the executive, they received our petition.
You refused that June 7 protest. You refused to present your petition to the Justice Minister then.
Because the Justice Minister had made some sarcastic comments about our protest.
And the protesters yesterday will say the same because I know there are government officials who have written some condescending comments about their protest.
All in all, Trokon, we went to represent the interest of the people. And you saw how the people were out. They got their own interest.
What it tell me is who interest
if you go represent the interest of the people, they think they get you. You go and present it. Besides that, listen to some of the interviews. The guys have no cost to go out there to protest. Some people saying we can't protest here because the government stopped us from selling drugs. When we say in this country, CDC were building a just cartel in the country, you say we're lying.
Because you didn't prove anything.
Yeah. So you
said so, but you didn't prove it.
So you have seen it.
That was just one man who made his comment.
So you have seen it.
Why if somebody says something about a unity party that's condescending, it means that's what the unity party
is
doing?
Where they saying it? Where they saying it? At the point,
if I got into the street today and interview somebody, Mr. Chairman, and he told me that the unity party is not allowing me to do this, and me you are subscribing to that?
It depends where the person made that statement. Amongst seditions, if the person is not a sedition, is not their view of their it's not of their consent. They may say that kind of thing. They will tell you, or they say, no, you're not a more. Move on and go. You're not a more. We have had instances like that where people come and saying things that don't align with us. We turn it over to the police. We say this person is not with us. This is not what we came here to do. That may interview and say because he's selling just. So, and the president stopping for selling drugs. That's how bad these guys were running this country.
Don't you think it was important that the president sent a representative to have at least received the petition?
So the lower house and the upper house.
So
where the vice president is from, the vice president is president of the Senate. The Senate were represented there. The speaker were represented there. The president don't necessarily have to send. You went to present your petition not to the office of the president, but to the government of Liberia. And you have people representing the government of Liberia refuse to present your petition. It means there was nothing written in that place. They had nothing substantive. Maybe it was later on they just drafted something and put it on Facebook. But why don't we waste my time to read it? Because there's nothing substantive. Go read that thing. I waste my time to read that thing there. Because people have nothing.
If you ever leave it read out, you tell me you read it.
My man, I waste my. The people have no substantive.
How do you know they ain't got anything?
Nothing. Why would we read it?
But if you didn't read it, how do you know they ain't got
nothing there to read? Nothing there to read. The mobile model who have no stance to say to the president, yeah, I don't want to say you loving the people and you giving a job. And you say that Laker come, Mr. President, that Laker to beg you and this that the people that can't talk about corruption. But and the Akara Gray that were dancing to the tune of auditors dying in this country. Only because they were auditing government institutions. In this country, we saw auditors dying all around the place. Today, people are auditing. There are people being indicted. There are people being suspended because as the result of audits. In this government, almost all government institutions have conducted audits because this is something we embrace. We embrace transparency, accountability into public service. These people were dancing to the tune of auditors dying in this country, because even people who were auditors now, they were becoming afraid. Some people were changing their profession because they want that.
Recently there was this summit between President, 5 African leaders and the U.S. President Donald Trump, where Mr. Trump will praise President Bouakai's eloquence. There's been different views on social media. Some say it didn't sound well, that President Trump was insultive by saying that President Bouakai speaks good English, owing to Liberia being an English-speaking country. People said the president went there, then came back with nothing. He's traveling all over the place. He has not come back with anything substantive or substantial. What do you say to those arguments?
No, Trokon, Liberia as an English-speaking country. If a Liberian is applying for scholarship to go to the US to go to school, they will ask for English proficiency test. Today, the president of the United States of America commending the Liberian president who never went to school anywhere else besides in Liberia. And it was good that he didn't go to school all of this country besides in Liberia. Why it did that? It put our rating at a higher scale. And then when you applying for test as a student now, you can write and tell people my country is an English-speaking country. So that will help you through the procedure. And I know people who they have requested for English proficiency test and they challenge it and they've been given the go ahead to go to school. Today it is being recognized by the US president. I think it's a plus to us.
Really?
And yes, I think it's a plus to all. That our country is being recognized globally to be an English-speaking country. It's a plus to us.
What was your takeaway from that? Because your critics have lined up that the president said nothing substantial in that meeting.
Because they used to president making a case. The president made our case in 5 minutes. Everything that we need in this country was captured. Imagine the president telling the government of Liberia to come and assess our mineral to know the U.S. government to assess our mineral to know how many potential minerals.
So we've asked the Chinese to do so and they did.
Yeah, we still need the Americans to do it. So they will see our value and know where we got here. But interestingly, this is it. Before the president went to the U.S. for that summit, the government of Liberia and an American company signed a deal that cost over, I think, $8 billion. I can be exact.
I know about it. Yeah, the HPS.
The
stuff.
HPS stuff.
Yeah,
the HPS stuff that was signed by the government of Liberia. In Liberia, we are used to people going to a bureau and signing agreements. But in this instance, before going, the government of Liberia requested that if the American people want us to sign an agreement, then they come to Liberia, we sign it. We signed it before we went there. We signed it before we went there. So the outcome of that meeting, it was preceded. The action was preceded in year before the meeting. That was the outcome of that meeting.
Okay.
The president signed an agreement with an American company. Before going to the summit, people anticipated that when the president go there, normally that's what happened. President go there, you sign, then you come back. No, we signed it before we go there. And it should be the first time, sir, for us to be going to a bilateral arrangement, and then we demand that we should sign an agreement here before we go there, and that agreement was signed before we went.
You demanded that?
Oh yeah, obviously. Well, but why do you think that the government of Liberia say we must sign here, and we signed the agreement here? So that was a plus to the government of Liberia.
Okay. If you're just joining us, a reminder, you're listening to the conversation. We allow the callers some time to cross-examine some of what you've said. We'll take few calls, and then we'll be back 6 o'clock with the news. Toga Melvin Sifas is the chair of the youth wing of, or youth congress, right? The youth congress, the people got different name for the youth stuff. The youth congress of the United Party is also one of the deputies at the NTA. Let's talk to a few Liberians. Hello?
1.8 billion.
Good evening.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Thank you
very much, Trokon Wrepue. Can I embrace my name and join the conversation from anything?
Let's hear you, Gray.
Let me say thanks to Sivas. Chairman Sivas, he did extremely well. It is a good news and a good boost for the government of Liberia for us to produce such a huge amount of bus. So, calculatively, so we'll be having something around 78 buses will be in Liberia. That is another one that what he said, it will boost the transportation system. I just want to weigh in when it comes to the protest issues. The first thing, like what the chairman said, that the protest it is any fruit. I think those who went there yesterday, they now went there with the intention of giving the petition. They just went there yesterday to showcase themselves as to how they still have members within Monrovia.
Thank you. Let's take this overseas call very quickly. Hello.
Good afternoon,
Trokon.
I'm sorry, Trokon.
Yeah, let's hear you quickly. Yes, sir. Let's hear you.
Sorry for mispronouncing your name. Sorry for that. Yeah, this is Shelton. I'm calling you this afternoon from Virginia.
Yeah, American man, how you not mispronounce my name? Go ahead, Shelton. Shelton Duo, go ahead.
Yeah. Let me say good afternoon to Mr. Seafors. I just want to commend you and most importantly, weigh on the issue that had to do with yesterday protest. Trokon, these are some of the benefits when you put qualified people into the right places. Those are the dividends that you got. Yesterday, we saw our comrades in we said who were given the opportunity to Ministry of Agriculture there to perform. Those guys did not put in any institutional policy that could change our place. But today you see Mr. C4 was given an opportunity or see the kind of transformation we are seeing at LTA order. So I just want to say thank to Mr. C4. And yesterday protest quickly Trokon. When we told you guys that those guys they are not serious minded people, people say why we had to say that. You took almost 3 months to make a winning about protest. You went to present your petition to the Wrepue people and you failed to do that. Then you are coming out to tell Liberian people that you gave government 14 days to act. To act on what? The government will not go on social media to go be looking at your petition to act upon that.
Okay.
So yesterday protest was just a fiasco and we encourage Liberians. The way they treated those guys yesterday was a very good way. And
thank you, Sheldon.
We will continue to treat them like that because those guys they are not serious-minded.
Sheldon, thank you. That's all you there. Let's talk to this person. Hello.
Yeah, Trokon, how are you?
I'm fine. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon to my friend Sipos. Trokon, I want to ask you a few questions.
Just call your name, sir, and where you called us from.
I'm Buchanan. I joined you from the headquarters of the CDC.
An official of the CDC Youth League. Go ahead.
So I listened to my brother Toga, but can Toga answer to the Liberian? What happened to the 300 buses from Ghana? One, Toga is screaming that by not presenting the petition yesterday, meaning we failed. But when they demanded President, we have to come to the June hearing. So the issue of President not appearing make the voices of the people. How come Mr. Blackeye started quoting people from the protest ground yesterday in response to what happened on the ground? Thank you.
Thank you, Adu. Adu is an executive of the CDC Youth League. We thought to give him that opportunity. Let's talk to more overseas callers. Hello.
Yes, good afternoon, Trokon, and I want to say good afternoon to your studio guests.
Good afternoon, too. Welcome. Let's hear you.
It's so disheartening when I hear...
Kindly call your name, sir, and say where you're calling from.
My name is Musa G. Brown, and I phone in from New Jersey.
Okay, go ahead.
In the USA. It's so disheartening when I see young people sitting down and discrediting because of partisanship, discredit their friends, because of partisanship. Look, when I see young people improving and saying things about development, I like it. But look, CIFA is sitting right there. June 7 protests. They demanded that they were never going to present their petition to nobody but the President of the Republic of Liberia. They didn't present it to Nathaniel McGee. He was sent there. Samuel Tuwe went there. The Justice Minister went there. I don't know whether he forgot. Maybe that time there was partisan running through his head. The protests you saw yesterday, George Weah were not there. The Zana Cummins were not there. How they call other political leaders. The rest of the other political leaders that were with them by the time were never there. Then you were never there. Look, if you see, look, the guys try to destroy the other guys. Look.
Who tried to destroy somebody?
Let your work speak for you. Let your work speak for you. All the lies that he's speaking on radio, President Bogastana here and the disgrace in America.
How was the president? Hello. How was
president to tell you say, when you speak good English, where did you learn it? What was the good English that President Boga spoke? Then you said President Boga was leaving for Liberia. He signed.
Okay.
Hey, man. Come to the country. When investors come to the country, the negotiation is done by the executive. You don't sign it. When the negotiation is
some local calls are knocking you up here. Sorry for that. But let's see if we can talk to a few other people before we go back to Mr. Sivas. Hello?
Good evening.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Thank you, Trokon. Let me say good evening to many listeners. This is Wrepue.
Yeah, cool.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. I said, this is Wrepue. Today I'm calling and I joined this conversation from District 3. And let me say good evening to Share. Mr. Chairman, let me appreciate you so much for your deliberations. But in my mind, I think you need to beat up your media engagement or your media relationship because you are the chairman of the biggest youth congress in Africa. So obviously
in Africa, how many for you are the biggest?
I know the biggest, man.
No, man, stop it doing it. Go ahead, man. I hear you the last 30 seconds.
It is clear that it's
my man, go ahead, let's conclude.
So let me appreciate the leadership of the National Transit Authority. Look, I think that's when Mavida works at the place there, and I think that the post-protest analysis look ready. I think we got something from you in this other one than the protest or Pakistan. I think we understand, right? I think that people understand what it means that the protests are still, the protests have been, announced over 4 months of resources being collected from the poor people in the name of honorability to support the protest. And yesterday we saw the protest being filled. I think it is so devastating to the African people. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I think you have to take my suggestion. Thank you.
Thank you so kindly. Let's talk to this person. Hello? Yes, sir. Let's hear you.
My name is Joseph Smith. I do come from the Wrepue Academy.
Go ahead, Gabriel.
Let me say thank you to your studio guest because I want to say thank you for the brilliant deliberation. I just want to weigh in on this protest yesterday. When it comes to the whole protest, everybody has their own opinion when it comes to protest. But if CDC were so smart enough to turn things around, I don't think they have to do things in the past, do things the way it happened in the past. They are saying that because Unity Party did not send their petition over to John Weah during the Jerusalem protest. Is that the reason why they didn't send a petition over to the president yesterday? We have to think of doing things different. You cannot say because Unity Party did not send a petition over to John Weah, so you people will not send a petition over. Now you are giving the government 14 day ultimatum. Why are people doing the same thing? Because United Party did the same thing. They are changing around and doing other things different.
Okay.
So that we can have a better institution. Thank you so much.
Thanks so kindly. Another person. After you will take the last 3. Hello?
Trokon, good evening.
Yes, sir. Let's hear you.
Thank you. So good for our usual call from the community.
Go ahead,
let me say good evening to our chairman. Chairman, thank you. We found you people got well to the NCA. You are transformed the place. Thank you, people. for you to, but let me come to the protest. I would say this, Trokon. If I were President Bwakai, I would never allow any protest under me because
why?
There is nothing for you to protest for.
How you say so, man?
So are you protesting because the car can move for you to go Maryland, University? That's what you protesting for? What is enough? Nothing is enough until our 15 countries will be connected to the capital city. Then we'll talk about enough. But nothing is enough here. When we pay the government official, during George Weah, people crying for their salary. City coming, they're not getting their salary. They are king, they will start sending the people false messages say you are receiving your salary. When you go to bank, nothing is there. What are you protesting for? See that what did they say? So nothing for you to protest for. So if I was President Bwakai, I can't let him get to protest. But let me end all this. Mafi Silva, you the chairman, you forget about us. We will play a greater role to be the United Party in power. We best support the government every week. I put 300 in my phone to just bring the government in power. Up to now, say doing it. You can even call to appreciate or to even go a compensation or sparkle. You can do it. Okay. And I see yes, and the CDC more go bad again. And I see that you're doing. If God know you, know your friend to go. And
I love that. Thank you.
So thank you.
Thank you so kindly. After you take the last person, hello. Hello. Hello?
Hello? Yeah, hello?
Yeah, let's hear you quickly.
Thank you, Trokon. Thank you so much, my big brother, and thank you to the youth chairman.
How you know I'm a big brother?
Big brother Trokon, I don't have nothing much to say, but I only want for you to permit me. Let me pray for the chairman and Noah that will give
you want what? Now go to that thing when you go to bed tonight to where you not pray on the radio. Trust me. You know, my man, you want prayer? That secret thing they can do prayer with a public prayer. We're gonna do it. Yeah.
So yeah, let me just conclude quickly the prayer and from there I will drop the lamp, please.
No, you're not doing prayer. They play that prayer. Hello, they been again traffic. Hello, let me conclude the prayer. You want to pray for silver gold? They made a metalist go to the church. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Vincent calling from Red Basota. Yeah, I want to ask. Yesterday, even though we suppose thank God the government will tell the government thank you for everything I have done. Then I don't know whether the protest were ready for our CDC protest or our Moro protest. Because in a sense, yeah, because almost almost all the CDC officials were in full gear of that protest. We saw and the party chairman, we saw the youth there, we saw Moses Akagwe, and I don't know, so they were taking the CDC things or what. And then after Molu takes all that time to build up momentum up for the protest, now you want to go protest for him to get a petition out to the people, then they really can't say they get the comment 14. So what the comment coming act on in that 14 days? Why the comment coming we act on that? They will say, oh, the comment will petition the comment we did, the comment ultimately come to act on our petition. So we think that it was a failure on the part for them not to get a petition or so we bring them and we break the other people join the win to go and protest. So I tell them making mockery out of men yesterday.
Thank you. Let's come back to you, Mr. Chairman. A lot of people have called, some in your interest, others are questioning your sincerity.
Yeah, thank you, and Trokon, let me say thank you to all of those who participated, and I will respond to few of those concerns. My man Adu Kane asked for the 300 buses. I just want you to take up some time to be reading some of these things and just start listening to Capsip on the street. You see what political man. You go look at the press statement and things released by the NTA, the report that we released after the assessment. We didn't say 300 buses were coming to this country. So sometimes take up some time to go and read about it. And also, my brother in America said that the president was surprised that Bwakai was speaking, standard English. And when Donald Trump was president, his first term at the time, George Weah was president, and the president at the time, when the man listened to George Weah, George Weah speaking standard English, he was surprised for Joseph Bwakai to be speaking standard English that I'm with George Weah, and I've been speaking standard English in the country all the time that he was president of the Republic of Liberia. So you also got to know that it was not a disgrace to us, but he was surprised that the Liberians have elected a president that can ablate represented, and not a George Weah that will be singing song in Arabic or singing Rabbi. I don't know why you're not doing no song for the 26th. Right now you have all of the time. You should be doing song for us and what have you. So, and also let me say to my United Party member, you need to come face me. They scratch been in nothing, but I not get your number. I can get 20 in the air and can't do. You got to come find me to the NTA so we can talk that one for the scratch been. We can reach out to other people who haven't forgotten you, but it's just that the young people are many and our hands can't go to everybody at the same time. But just find time, come to the NTA.
God bless you, know your friend.
Come to NTA, we'll have some conversation. And my man there will have some conversation. But to conclude on the protest, I think the guys they are not serious. These are not serious people. They have no serious camp against this government, and they should have gathered to thank President Bouaka for the manner and form in which he's running this country. Those things that they could not do few years ago, 6 years ago, we gave them the opportunity. They could not do that. They come to protest against the good in the country. Imagine, say what 7 had taken pay for July. Say what 7 have taken pay for July 26. Then you go protest. No, they're not news there. You know, but at the time when we were protesting in 2019, say what 7 are not taking pay for 2 months. And we're already in the July 26. Or they cover, how they all the cover for they took it to pay horses for themselves. And Nathaniel Mageto money to 200,000. You to go there now. Mageto 200,000. He said that loan to go pay. Or Joe, we have finished paying all that money. The 16 billion that lost, the 25 million more or SSI. How you pay say what 7? When you even left, when you left the government account and went to donors funding to go take money from there to spend it only because you are stealing money and paying horse here and there. How you will get money to pay people? So these are things that we do. Say what's ever get the money. The thing you have to spend the money to be doing to go and protest ground to go protest. Where do we go protest here? So these guys got to be serious. They can come. No, my man Adupa already extended invitation to him. He can come. We'll talk about it. And my man, we'll talk about it. Hey, my man, the man and my man.
I didn't looking for a job.
My man, we're not talking everything. My man, I'm talking about job. But I mean, my man. Hey, the man myself will have some conversation.
I trust Adu. I think Adu looking for a job.
You all right.
Thank you, baby, for coming. Thank you, Mr. Sivas. He comes from the NTA as one of the deputies. He's the chair of the Youth Congress of the Unity Party. Monday, Julius will be here with another edition of The Conversation. Until then, 6 o'clock will be news. My name is Trokon. Bye-bye.